Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're watching Variety Talk Live. I am your host, Linda Leak, and we are very excited today as we go into our fall season. Fall is all about what? Uh, just going within and rethinking, refreshing, restarting, rebooting so that we can move into 2024 in a grand way. And I can't think of any better way than to begin to work on our what? Finances to make sure that everything is in place as far as what we need to do to be successful as business people, entrepreneurs, or just uh, everyday living. So I'm honored to bring on our guru of finances. I'd like to call her the Susie Orman of finances because this person has an awesome way of being able to show you how to generate income and funds from places that I've never even seen before. It's incredible. And I can't wait to share that with you. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on Charolette Atkinson. She's the CEO of Gnostic Solutions, which is a fabulous financial organization that helps in everything that we just talked about. So I'd like to bring on Charolette. Charolette, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Linda. It is a pleasure to be here. Like Linda said, yes, I am Charolette Atkinson, the CEO of Gnostic Solutions, powered by Appreciation Financial.
And what a great color you're wearing there today. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Thank you. It seems like pink is my color, so I do very well with that. Thank you.
Well, yeah, it's awesome. Well, we're honored to have you on to share with us today several things about I'd like to call them hints or secrets about different aspects of our finances that we never probably took much time to think about, particularly in growing your finances and in other respects. So why don't we get started with you just giving us a little bit of background for those who haven't been introduced to you on our prior show, and let us know a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure, not a problem. So again, my name is Charolette. I'm originally from Ohio. Right now, I live in Texas. So I'm excited about that. I have been in the financial world for the last 5+ years. And so it's been something I really enjoy doing because I'm able to help people and educate them with the information because everybody deserves the same information, just not, just because you don't know it doesn't mean you shouldn't need to. And I've been around it. I have a degree in business administration, concentration HR.
Wonderful. All the tools that we need to feel safe and secure with you leading us the way financially. So Charolette, tell us what you're going to talk about today regarding growing our money and the three components of the financial aspects that we may not be as familiar with.
Well, and like the three components that you like to talk about, it's how money works. A lot of people don't really understand it, so it just gets them stuck. And so what I try to do is get them unstuck. The first component that I like to talk about is how money actually grows. And there's three ways about it. The first one is where most people are familiar with is the fixed. It's you're set at a certain interest rate, and so then your money only grows at a certain amount. So if you're at with a bank, they usually give you like, a 1 to a 3% interest rate and everything else. And you can't get any higher, like in your checking and savings accounts. So that is what we consider a fixed rate. Now, the other thing that people are also familiar with is the variable. And the variable is more in the stock market, the ups and downs. And so those are one things to look at. I like to call that the heart attack, just because my heart gets really excited when my money grows. But when the money drops, oh, that really, really hurts my heart. So that's why I call it the heart attack. So I wanted to find something in between, right? How much can you handle the ups and downs? That really is a stressor. So then you find something in between, and that is called the index. And that is a hybrid between a fixed interest rate and the variable. And so you're somewhere in the middle. And that's where most Americans would like to be, is somewhere in the middle. Yeah, we might do a little bit with the stock market that we can afford, but we don't want to have like our majority of our money there because we really can't risk a whole lot because we don't usually have a whole lot to be able to risk. So that's where you want to try to stay in the middle and try to find the indexed accounts.
All right. And by doing that, what is give us the best scenario of some of the customers that are your clients who have practiced that and what has worked for them.
Well, one of the things that I show them, which is the next tip, is the rule of 72. A lot of people really don't know this rule, and it's how your money does truly grow with the interest rates. So,
Okay.
like, we'll go back to having the fixed interest rate. You and I both had $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so we put it in, say, I put it into the bank at 1%. I take that 1% and you divide it by 72. That's going to tell
Mm-hmm.
you how many years it's going to take for your money to double. So, me, who is, you know, 19 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I'm 19 today. We're 19 and we divide it by 72. That's going to be 101 years old before my money grows to $20,000.
Wow.
I don't think I'm going to live to 101, let
Mm-hmm.
alone will I need more than $20,000. So we need more interest working for us, right?
Right.
So then Linda's smart and she worked for, you wanted to go for the higher interest. And the variable interest you can find at your double digits around 10%, anywhere roughly about 8 to 12. So we'll go with 10. And so you take that 10% interest and you divide it by 72. It's going to take about 7.2 years for your money to double. So every time it's about your doubling period. So you're 18 or 19. So then you add then 7 years to that. Then that's 19 and 7. Sorry, I can't even do the math off the top of my head.
26.
So 26, that grows to $20,000. And then when you go to then the next one, you add 7 to it. So then that's 31. No, 33.
Uh,
33.
yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
33, which grows to $40,000. And then you
Awesome.
add 7 years to that, and then it's 40.
Awesome.
You're at age 40, and now you're at $80,000. So every seven
Oh my
years, that money
goodness.
is going to double. And you can put
Wow.
that money in there and not touch it.
Mm.
Now, to make it a point, yes, it's important to save your money, but who at 19 years old will have $10,000 to really invest? Not many
Mm-hmm.
people. So they really don't start. But then what you need to do is then do as simple as $100 a month. $100 a month in 1 year, that's $1,200.
Right.
$1,200 doubling every 7 years, plus you're adding it every month and everything else is going to be so much more for you at retirement than if you were to wait until you were 29,
Oh, I get that.
39,
Oh, that's
49,
cool.
because you're losing all those doubling periods.
Yes,
Because then you're
yes,
going to
yes,
have to put in more money than somebody that started at 19 that's only
yes.
putting in the $100, and then it's automatically, you're not going to miss that money because if you do it right, you're automatically putting in there, so it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
automatically putting it there, and it's there for you for when you do need it for retirement.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, it's like having a cookbook or an instruction manual. And if you just follow that recipe, you're going to make the greatest cake. And that makes so much
Yes.
sense. So, because that was my next question. What about those of us who have definitely surpassed 18, but still would like to utilize that doubling period that you're speaking of? So, by following that recipe, what an awesome way to have a nice piece of change right there at retirement. That's great. And it still doesn't take
It,
a
it,
lot, $100 a month. That's great.
it really doesn't. But for me, who's now in my 40s, we'll
Mm-hmm.
say, I'm going to have less doubling periods. I'm
Yes.
not going to have that many between now and 65 for you.
Mm-hmm.
So then you then have to get creative to figure out how you're going to be able to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, now we need to teach our kids on how to be able to save their money as soon as possible, even if
Mm-hmm.
it's just a little bit at a time, and be able
Nice.
to break it down to show them why it's important to start as early as possible so then you can have the better chance and change your family well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very important. Okay, and what's our final plus? I know that I was very excited because you mentioned something about a way that people can you can help them via their taxes. So what's the clue and the secret and the Charlotte tip on that one?
Okay. So there's three ways that you can be taxed, and most people don't realize that. The first one is the tax now. Most people are familiar with it with the savings account and the items that we purchase now. You're taxed on that now. So you make that purchase, it's automatically added into it, and we're already used to it. Okay, that's a good thing. But then you go to your tax deferred. So tax deferred is more on your retirement accounts, your 403Bs, your 401Ks, your IRAs, your traditional IRA, to be exact. Those are, so you put in the money before your taxes. So you get paid a gross amount on your paycheck, and then they take that money from your paycheck. So you want $50 out of every paycheck to go into your 401k. It goes in before they actually take taxes out. So then, say you gross $500, 50 of that goes into it. So then now they only tax you on that 450 for your paycheck that you come home gross. So that's growing tax deferred. So then when you go to retire at retirement, or you go to pull your 401k, then you're paying taxes at 65 on the money that you're pulling out for your retirement income, versus when you were in your 20s, 30s, and 40s leading up to retirement.
I see. Okay.
And
makes sense.
Then the last one is the tax advantages. And those can be with like the Roth IRA, which is different from your traditional IRA because it's after your paycheck. So you receive your paycheck, and then you put that money into a retirement account, which is a Roth IRA. So it grows tax deferred. So then you get to have that grow because you already paid the taxes on that, and it's tax free. So then you get to have that. So it offsets your 401k or your 403b. So then, or your traditional IRA. So it offsets the ones that you're going to get taxed on at retirement. You already paid that one. So that kind of helps with the taxes of it at retirement. The other one, the other area is your cash value for life insurance. That grows tax deferred also. So if you have a life insurance policy that has cash value to it, then you're able to use that potentially for retirement or an emergency that you may need, or even for an investment into businesses that you can borrow against it and then pay that back and not have to pay taxes on it.
That is so great. That is so great. And these are things that people probably, some of them may have known, but other things you just really don't know and have an opportunity to, because all of that adds up. All of those taxes and all those different areas and all those different programs can add up if you don't know how to utilize them properly in the way that you're speaking of. And it's things that people probably take for granted every day. I hate to use this analogy, but I'm going to. It's almost as if you can be with a phone company and you can have the same program, which is wireless and internet and dialing up and texting, and it may cost you 50, or you can go with another company and you can pay 200 and get the same program. So it's the same with this. People utilize the IRS and the Roth and all of these, but not taking advantage of or paying attention to how they can utilize them in the best way so that they can be tax deferred. So it's really pretty awesome to hear the recipe again on how to move through this financial system and make it work for yourself. It's awesome.
Those are the three major things. Yes, and it's a neat, unique thing that a lot of people don't realize that that's available to them because it's never taught to us. So these are things that we're just trying to do to educate, so then you can take more advantage on your own finances in your retirement.
Wonderful, which so many people need now. And as we go forward, I'd like to even speak more about senior citizens and what they have to go through. And I'm sure you're probably very busy with them as well, because there's so much going on if you haven't done certain things that you're speaking of that senior citizens are confronted with as we speak. So I'd like to, that's another show for another day, but I'd love to bring you on to talk about that as well. So thank you
Now,
so much for just coming on with what I like to call the Charlotte tips, because it's so needed, especially in today's times right now where everybody is it's almost mandatory for us to find a new dollar here or there or anywhere. And so thank you for your expert advice, and making us feel more secure just in listening to what you have to say. Any final words
absolutely.
for us?
Oh, absolutely. As a bonus tip, I showed you how you can have your money work for you with your interest. Here's a tidbit that's kind of scary. For ones that don't understand how credit cards work, you take that interest, which is at an all-time high right now at 30 to 35%, and you divide that by 72. So if you have a balance on your credit card, and your credit card interest on that is 30%. That's going to be right around 2 years. That balance is going to double. So if that is something
Oh,
that you're worried about and don't know how you're getting into credit card debt and how to be able to get a handle on it, we can surely show you how to be able to handle that and be able to turn that around for you and make it work for you instead.
oh, that's major. Thanks for making sure you squeeze that one in. I forgot about that tip, Charlotte. How important. How many people are dealing with that issue right now? I can't begin to say. Wow, so important. Well, thank you so much for getting us started on this very early November day, and we appreciate it so much. And just going into finalizing our calendar year here in 2023, and making room and provisions and all the things necessary to go into 2024 in a very solid and secure way. So, hey, already, what would we do without you, Charlotte Atkinson?
Well,
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Oh,
I
no, we
appreciate you. And
appreciate
it was
you.
an honor to be here.
Well, thank you, and it's an honor to have you. And so please make sure you join us again, same time, same station next month, or actually within the next few weeks, we'll have you back, and we can pick up where we left off. But everybody, make sure you check out these tips. And if you've missed anything or you didn't do like me and grab your pen and your paper, Charlotte, how can they get in contact with you?
The best way they can get in contact with me is they can email me at charlotte@nosnictasolutions.com. That is Charlotte, CHARLOTTE at NOSNIKTASOLUTINOS.com. And you can reach me, or you can give me a call at 937-901-5686, and I will be more than happy to have a conversation with you.
Oh, and we also mentioned this too, and we're almost out of time, but I have to make sure everybody give her a call also, because she will schedule time to work with you and actually give you little financial classes. So make sure you ask about the classes. Not that she's already very, very busy, but somehow she's going to magically find some time to do that as well. So everybody, make sure you be there, be square right there with Charlotte Atkinson, CEO of Narcissistic Solutions. And hey, begin to enjoy what you're going to have as a very secure and happy new year. Charlotte, thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks. And I'm excited to hear what you have to tell us then.
Thank you. I look forward to it and seeing you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thanks, Charlotte. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.